And quoted from Salusa. Now your light is shining so brightly. It is not possible to keep you under such circumstances and tell you usual lies. You will feel such happiness to finally know how it all really happened, how you evolved, how we have come to you, and what roles we have played in your evolution. This truth is arriving to you because you have wished for it, and we are very happy to say that you are ready for it. I am Salusa from Sirius, and I am sending you greetings on behalf of the whole Galactic Federation of Light, where all of us are ready and prepared for the coming days that will be filled with immense joy, and that will get us so very close to you, closer than we've ever been able to get. Feel our connection to you. End of quote. And quoted from Earth Ally Michelle. Hey guys, just outside here in Arizona, and I got an amazing feeling of calm, yet, in the eye of the storm, very quiet, and very dark clouds in the distance. It feels like a huge blast of something is coming energetically. Physically, I don't know, but it is big, and yet my heart is filled with joy. So weird and interesting at the same time. Does this make any sense? Laugh out loud. Feeling a bit shaky as well, connecting in, and it is a wow. End of quote. And quoted from Emmanuel Daher. It's such an amazing and it's such an honor to connect on a heart-to-heart level with you once again. There's a palpable anticipation in the air that something big is about to manifest in our collective experience. While living in the Midwest as a teenager, I had the opportunity to witness 2 tornadoes. For those who have been through these kind of weather marvels, you know that right before a powerful storm is about to occur, there's usually an inexplicable stillness that precedes it. This is a similar type of stillness that many of us are noticing right now. However, the tornado, in this case, is not something to fear, but rather something to embrace. A tornado is simply an energy vortex in motion, and it's safe to say we could use this kind of vortex in the collective at this time so that a more conscious way of living can emerge. It's all about how we choose to react and respond to this energy vortex. Our response depends on what our experience of it will be. If we react from a place of fear, worry, or mindlessness, we place ourselves on the outer edge of this vortex where the most discomfort and struggle happens. When we respond, as love always responds, from a place of calmness, love, and present moment, we place ourselves at the center, also known as the eye of the vortex, where the most ease and grace and stillness happens. Being in the vortex also assures us that we are operating from a heartful place, which is the most powerful space we can be in. On an energetic level, there is a passing of the baton occurring from the collective ego to the collective heart. The collective ego is exhausted. We can clearly see this all over the planet. The ego is realizing that it simply cannot survive in the old destructive patterns of control, domination, and separation that it partook of and found great comfort in for so long. It's important to remember that we've learned great lessons from these old patterns, but we no longer need to keep recreating them in order to receive the lessons. We are ready to move on. During this time of the passing of the baton, things appear to be quite chaotic because the collective ego is having to dissolve. So as a result of this transition, the ego has a tendency to go into freak-out mode. This turnover can feel very scary to the ego. So the ego is trying to firmly grip onto what little it still can of its old ways. It's toast, all egos must now dissolve. This is showing up through fear tactics that the governments, big businesses, media, and religious sects are making use of to try to keep humanity separated from its true nature. Now, more than ever, we must not be distracted by the outside noise. The collective conversion. So how is the passing of the baton manifesting itself? Well, in the next several months, this conversion is manifesting itself as humanity moving away from ego-driven intentions, control, power over, structure, and over-analysis, and more into the heart-driven intentions, feeling, and intuitive development. This shift is what I like to call a celestial conversion. Here are just a few things to look for as the celestial conversion continues to make its way up onto the global stage. Emerging global consciousness, self-sustaining communities, higher transparency and accountability, innovative breakthroughs in technology and science, global gatherings that shift the power back to the people, collective fearlessness, thirst for more holistic and alternative therapies, equality of all global citizens, monetary shifts. Here are just a few things to look for as the celestial conversion continues to make its way into our personal lives. Time speeding up, shifts in personal and professional relationships, changing of environment and relocation, fruition of projects and creative endeavors, feelings of anticipation and waves of heightened energy, higher insights, wisdom, and awareness, instant manifestations and synchronicities, reconnections and reunions, more clarity, and understanding what really matters, not sweating the small stuff, and remember it's all small stuff. Development of intuition and personal gifts, contributions, and spiritual development. End of quote. Right now, as these energies rise, it may appear to many as utter chaos and as if war will break out on the surface of the planet. However, trust the 5D frequencies of love, which are pinging everyone and everything on this planet. The light energies are much grander and more powerful than illusion. The peace portal is open. All vortexes on this planet are open, and 5D is pouring through all of these, the 5D energies. We, including all of your higher selves, are doing everything in unconditional love and true compassion to support the highest outcome to unfold on this planet. Quoted from Veronica King Montague. The human race must come together as one, as never before. Remove all false divisions, and remember that they, the powers who were, have used the divide and rule system to keep you all under control. Respect and assist those who share the truth with you. End of quote. And quoted from Cobra. The cabal is quite desperate. They are planning to trigger war in Syria, but that will not be allowed. End of quote. And quoted by Salusa. Do you see how powerful you are? Those who wish that you stay in lower vibrations of fear and hate have no more energy to feed from, and it can be clearly seen in current, most spoken about conflicts on your world. You have shown your intentions so strongly that there is no possibility of starting a war at no place on earth. See yourselves as beautiful, shining beings of light, and all that you want to understand will come to you in such great moments of enlightenment, that you will feel yourselves glowing with all that light flowing from inside of you. And many people will turn around and will be looking at you and wonder what it is that is causing such a strong feeling of attraction towards you. It will start a chain reaction within them, and they will share knowingly or unknowingly the energy of love and light with all others. This is the way light and love is spreading, and we are so very joyous that you are so happily letting it shine from your heart for all. End of quote. And quoted from Vision Keeper. Oh my, yes. We are on our way home, in flight to the new world. One cannot ignore the rush of energetic emotions that are pulsing through the universe at this time. They are beckoning us home to our hearts and to the new world of love and compassion. We no longer need to grovel for validation, for we will be securely anchored in our oneness to all. The divisions that have driven us far apart are breaking down, and we are finally feeling closer connections to each and every being, whether human or animal, as never before. We are learning to be accepted just as we are for who we are, and are finally able to begin relaxing into ourselves and breathe out a sigh of relief in knowing we are going home. The days of proving our worth within the confines of mindless slavery are drawing to a close. It must first happen within ourselves and ripple out to those around us. The ripples are carrying us along as the sun upgrades us, setting the shift into full motion. It is so obvious now how different we have become since the journey began in earnest before 12/21/12. We have come such a long way on so many levels. It is subtle in some ways, and I'm sure many folks will say nothing has changed. But for those of us who are experiencing it, wow. As I look back over time, it amazes me how far we have traveled. It has been so gradual, even though we saw it as intense, and it is hard to see the changes unless you stop and really think about where you were 2 years ago. I would imagine the light bathing the planet is almost blinding at this point to those lurking on the dark side. Get out your sunglasses, everybody, because we're not going away. Life feels to be falling into place now. Things outside of 3D seem to make sense, and the direction of travel is clear and steady. It is amazing to be to be in one world while witnessing another. End of quote. Decreed by heaven. A full planetary awakening is now unfolding. Many are also now preparing themselves into graduating into 5D. You will know this as an initiation, which happens naturally when you are ready. You can say goodbye forever to the old as the new comes rushing in. All egos are toast. All spiritual egos, all programming, toast. This is the year of the new earth, and those ready are moving up along the creational spiral, and we are moving into more unity consciousness. This is the divine plan manifesting now on planet Earth, equal heart. Remember, loves, we are not in a time linear schedule. We are in a divine one. Thank you for spreading these messages to others and keeping your hearts open and staying tuned in. And transmission in all love is unconditionally. We are so in love with humanity. Love the Galactic Free Press staff, humanity's Earth allies, the company of heaven, and the First Contact ground crew team. We love you. And we're here for you.